What is
The
it?
rain lashes at the granite ridge, where its form reshaped deck amidst this endless two individuals scale.
I still don't understand why you are here. Yesterday you said no, but today... Is it possible that this short rash...
Does the reason really matter?
People change, Wilt. All they themselves don't always notice it, but it's happening.
The wind redoubles its efforts to erase them from the blackened rocks, and still they clamber upward.
They'll never win.
Slowly, the curtains of swirling fog part to reveal the daunting outline of a man-made structure. The walls have been chiseled from the jagged ridges of rock. The glimmer of a candlelit monastery is dwarfed.
I guess that's it.
The smaller monastery is hundreds.
Looks like it's under heavy guard.
Ignat said they were here for some sort of leadership ritual.
Wilt and Siska continue their approach towards the somber stone walls of the monastery.
Do you mind?
The sheer stone surface rises seamlessly from the rock beneath. It is not easy to identify at which point the work of nature
Do you mind?
ends and the work of man begins. cavernous room is eerily quiet.
There are too many of them on the lower levels. The barracks up ahead seem to be even more.
It's too difficult to get through together. I'll go ahead alone. Let me clear the way. I'll come.
Siska glances round the room for a moment before turning back to Wilt.
Okay, I'll wait here. I trust you.
The flat roof of the barracks has been adapted to accommodate vehicles from the Zeppelin factory. Their launcher barrels pointed menacingly into the darkness. The exposed platform faces the precipitous breach. Further still, another column of jagged basalt rises from the deep, with a structure carved atop it.
Wilt, I presume?
Excuse me?
We've not yet met. I am Torvik Baner. Oh, do forgive me. I had forgotten about poor Arno. We found his charred remains. Of course, it was his own vandalism which caused such chaos. So
He made his choices.
as will you, Wilt, as will you. For now, I must admit that I am impressed with how you've navigated our facility. Nonetheless, I have ceased to consider your sport worth the effort. It would be logical for you to be eliminated, and yet, there are others who disagree. They still your impressive ruthlessness is matched only by your complete lack of any conviction.
Wilt is apprehensive. His curiosity Torvik turns and strides towards the cable car sitting upon the boarding platform. Wilt hesitates before following him. They board the vehicle just as its motor splutters into gear. The small cabin sways precariously in the wind. Wilt stares into the ravine below. Its empty space seems to possess endless mass. A nerve in his neck tingles. The cable car has been decorated with 4. Each one depicts a strange. The one nearest to Wilt is standing erect.
So, despite everything, you are here.
Torvik pauses.
Frightening, isn't it? The things which we can do. Such power.
The car's gears continue to grind it along its threaded route through.
We are almost there.
Huge portraits of austere faces hang along the stairs.
They were all powerful men. Please accompany me to the upper residence. I'd like to show you something.
Torvik strides into the vast stone. In the middle of the space is a large bronze cage crammed full of snow pigeons. The birds emit pained squawks as they peck and jostle at each other for space.
Do you think you would behave differently were you inside that cage, Wilt?
They're animals. I expect little more from them.
And from people, Wilt? Are they not animals? You don't strike me as someone who expects much more of people.
Yes.
And do you care, Wilt?
You're enjoying their suffering, aren't you? You found a way to bring out the worst in them.
You read people well, Wilt. I am indeed proud of...
Torvik pauses to toss a few scraps of fruit into the cage.
I see in you a man who is lost, Wilt. Awake from this dreary exit. We know you have strength and that you're not afraid to use it. Your murder of the officer, Corporal Harold Wickmans.
That was different. We weren't just two caged pigeons fighting over breadcrumbs.
You were, and still are, exactly that, Wilt.
I had a reason. Not one I will ever feel the need to share with you, but...
You can think whatever you need to think, Wilt. If you must distance yourself from these vermin, so be it. So, what's it to be? Will you release yourself from your petty... Or would you prefer some sort of futile, dramatic... Perhaps attack me out of misguided allegiance to that girl? She seems to think I'm dangerous.
Torvik steps to Wilt and offers his hand. Wilt pauses. The room is silent, but for the yelps of agony coming from the cage. Wilt attacks. The move catches Torvik by surprise, and the men fall to the
Gods! God!
Wilt is the stronger man. He fumes with rage as his fist. Torvik's resistance becomes ever weaker as he tries to scramble away from... Wilt stands over his bloodied and prone opponent. Wilt heaves a basalt slab above his head and brings it crashing onto Torvik's back. The rain continues to hurtle from the heavens. Each drop slaps against the rock with the force and intensity of a cosmic explosion. To the naked eye, the rock is unmoved. It resists, unchanged and defiant as before. But a change has nonetheless occurred. Each drop has taken its tiny toll. One day, only pebbles will remain of mountains and cliffs. Nothing stays the same. Not for a second.